Hi, everyone. My name is Hannah Peria, and this is the third in a series of videos to support your use of the Equity Storytelling Guide. This video will focus on the rest of the tabs in the tool following the Equity Story templates.
And I'm Peely Burkett. If you haven't had a chance yet to view the first and second video in the short series, the first video will give you an overview of how to use this tool and the context behind the Equity Storytelling Guide. And the second video will take you through a walkthrough of the Equity Storytelling Guide templates.
All right, let's jump into it. So this is the data sources tab, and you'll see here that there's a list, which is by no means exhaustive, but a list of data sources that Peely and I felt might be useful that you would want to have at hand as you're using this guide with your teams. So you'll see links to PED sites for achievement data, graduation rates, attendance, etc. In the blue font, there's options for you to insert your own internal assessment data because we know that that is closely followed by your schools and districts in terms of how your students are progressing. There are some survey options and links. And you'll also see a link to all of the different equity and action items because that is absolutely tied to your work in the equity storytelling guide. At the bottom in the green font, you see places where you can insert additional data sources that we haven't covered here. So feel free to use this in a way that makes the most sense for your LEA. The next tab is the student group summative data. This is just a super simple tab that is formatted in the same way as the achievement data on the PED website. So hopefully it's not super onerous to copy and paste over into the different years. But the goal here is just to get a snapshot of the student group level. How are students progressing year over year in those bottom line summative assessment results? And then the next tab, same situation, just focused on graduation rates. You'll see the student groups at the side. And then the very final tab is a readiness assessment dashboard. And this is something that Peely and I dreamed up, wanting to offer some sort of an option for LEAs who haven't rolled up the data from their readiness assessment. If you want to get a clear heat map of for the different groups indicated in Martinez Yazzie, how often are we answering always, usually, et cetera, for the different prompts in the readiness assessment. And that's the rest of the storytelling guide. We hope that it's helpful to your teams, and we look forward to supporting you as you use it.